And today I have some really exciting plans and research results to share with you. And then at the end, I will be premiering a video that will bring those plans to life for you. So I hope you're as excited to hear about and experience our plans for the future of search and rescue as I am to tell you. But first things first, you need to know who's talking to you. So who am I? I'm Gemma Alcock, and I have two roles within the drone world. Firstly, I'm the founder and CEO of Skybound Rescuer, which I'll come back to. And secondly, I'm the director of air operations for Lowland Rescue, which is a UK charity that searches for missing vulnerable people on behalf of police forces. We have 36 teams across the country, just under 8,000 volunteers. And as my title suggests, I manage the air operations. So how we interact with the search and rescue helicopter services to how we use drones to find missing people too. But today I'm speaking on behalf of my company, Skybound Rescuer. So who is Skybound Rescuer? We are a team of experienced emergency managers that specialize in the use of drones for public safety. So since founding the company in 2016, I've been researching into best practice for every phase of drones for public safety, from training to competency management, to drone procedures, to mission tactics, and everything in between. Until recently, our services included research and consultancy for drone tech companies that wanted to explore public safety, and for emergency services wanting to explore drones. But since December 2020, our business as usual has been changing. We've been working on Skybound Rescuer 2.0, which is what I'll be presenting on today. I promise you it's truly exciting, but first things first, I need to describe the problem that we are looking to address with Skybound Rescuer 2.0. So, it is undeniable that air support in all of its forms is an integral component of modern emergency services, offering better situational awareness for enhanced safety and saving valuable time when it matters most to ultimately save lives. However, there remains significant challenges with the current air support services. And these causes and problems will be something that every emergency service around the world experiences every single day. I've included some UK specific stats on this slide to contextualize these challenges for you, but these causes and problems are not contained to the UK alone. Firstly, the expensive nature of manned aviation is causing low availability. For example, police helicopters across England and Wales are available on average 54.9% of all requests, meaning that the police helicopters decline almost half of their requests because they are unavailable to respond. They simply cannot meet their growing demand. Not only are the aircrafts expensive, but so are the helicopter bases, which means they're few and far between. So, for example, there are 10 Coast Guard helicopter bases to cover the 2 million square miles of the UK search and rescue region. This, combined with the very manual request process, is causing slow response times. And the slowest average response time in the UK is experienced by Cumbria Constabulary, which is 66 minutes, even when there's life at risk. And then we come on to manual drone teams. Now, although the potential for drone technology is undeniable and it's growing in evidence, performance data and research trials have been revealing some performance concerns. So, first of all, at the moment, we have relatively small drone teams covering very large areas. In addition, they cannot, in most cases, fly direct to the incident site. They have to drive the drone by vehicle to the incident before setting up and flying. And this is causing slow response times and low availability. I've personally been involved in searches where we have had to wait hours to days for a drone team to be on site. A drone is rarely the first on scene, and yet that is where they'd add the most value. And lastly, local teams around the world have been working in silos when setting up their drone teams, which means there's no shared national or international standards for the drones they're using, the training they receive, the mission tactics they follow, and everything in between. It can differ vastly between two emergency services operating in one county, let alone nationally or internationally. And yet, the importance of joint emergency service interoperability is so well known and proven in this space, and it's causing varied, unreliable performance levels with drones. So, all things considered, air support is often the greatest advantage to an emergency service because of its higher height of eye advantage and its real-time situational awareness picture it can offer. Therefore, these challenges that I've gone through are causing greater levels of risk to the public and to the emergency services through inefficient air support. So if an aircraft is unavailable to respond or too slow to respond, then our emergency services are having to proceed into dangerous environments without an eye in the sky to protect them. Or they're having to spend hours searching an area that could be covered by an aircraft in minutes. And this is the problem space that we're looking to address with Skybound Rescuer 2.0. So the first part of solving this problem was developing our new automated drone software, the Drone Mission Coordinator. Since December 2020, we've been turning our 7 years of research and data into an algorithm that can automate data-driven decisions for public safety. And the first use case we've been focusing on is missing person searches, which pulls on a variety of databases such as missing person behavior statistics and data from our own trials into things like optimal flying heights, optimal flying speeds, and more, all to better find missing people with drones. It also quantifies performance because no two searches are the same. For example, we could be searching flat terrain with cut grass in daylight for a person wearing bright red clothing and in a high-vis vest. And then we could be searching hilly terrain with tall vegetation in darkness for a person wearing dark clothing. These two searches will not have the same performance. And yet, using current terminology, we say that area has been searched by a drone and that area has been searched by a drone, with no instant indication of those differences. But using our software, you'll be able to quantify those differences so that a search manager can make informed decisions about whether that search was sufficient or whether the drone needs to repeat that search but with different flight parameters, or whether they need to send a different search asset altogether, like a foot team. This software is packed full of many other pre-flight features, all informed by our research. It's also packed full of many in-flight features that enable teams to collaborate more easily to find missing people. And then it also generates a automated post-flight report that summarizes and analyzes the performance. We also wanted to ensure that no formal drone training was required to generate these plans, so that someone in a control room that never seen a drone before can create an informed drone mission plan as easily as an experienced drone pilot. So the process for establishing one of these mission plans in the Drone Mission Coordinator is a simple request form that requires instant intelligence only, and it takes a mere 2 minutes to complete. But this software is one piece of the puzzle. It addresses the need for standardized, repeatable performance, but it doesn't address the need for faster response times, the need for cost effectiveness, and the need for better availability. So allow me to introduce you to the bigger picture, the Emergency Drone Network, or EDN, as we're calling it. So we are rolling out a network of automated drone stations in hotspots of risk, such as at popular coastal locations, whereby any emergency service can task the drones on demand through our software to save and protect lives. So our software, the Drone Mission Coordinator, aims to unlock this EDN vision. By using automation technologies, the drones can always be ready to respond, and there will be no need for an on-site drone pilot. This, combined with being placed where they're most needed, means we're aiming to deliver a 5-minute response time in these high-risk areas, which is 55 minutes faster than the Coast Guard helicopters. It also aims to be the most cost-effective form of air support by being, firstly, a shared multi-agency network, but by also reducing the amount of human power required by each agency. But also, Skybound plan to retain ownership of the network, and the emergency services lease the use of the drones instead, removing the capital cost from their budgets and making sure that they always have access to the most cutting-edge drone technology. And then if we compare the affordability of our infrastructure to helicopter bases, we can have hundreds across a country rather than double digits, which will improve availability and response times, making sure that there is air support available in these high-risk areas when it matters most. And of course, through the Drone Mission Coordinator, the decision-making will be repeatable, it will be automated, and it will be data-driven through our 7 years of research in order to standardize performance to a high level every single time. Before I get to premiering a very exciting video, I'd like to demonstrate the value of Skybound Rescuer 2.0 by sharing some exciting research results with you. So I'll give you a few seconds to take this slide in, and then I'll go through it with you. So the column on the left is our performance. We took 8 minutes, 1 second to respond. We took 13 minutes, 39 seconds to search a 0.25 kilometer squared search area. And it took one person, and that one person had no formal drone training. In fact, he's never even touched a drone before. And importantly, we had 100% search accuracy across all of the tests too. The column in the middle compares our results against a foot team, and the column on the right compares our results against a manual drone team. We tested them under the same conditions. It was the same search area, same search target, same search scenario, all things were equal. And as you can see, we responded significantly faster than both. We searched the area significantly faster than both. We reduced human power significantly for both. And in the case of manual drone teams, we also improved search accuracy. Now, speed in terms of both response time and search speed often act as proxy metrics for survivability. The faster we can get there, the faster we can find them, the faster we can deliver them to definitive care, the better the chance of survival. So these results demonstrate the truly life-saving potential of the EDN and our Skybound Rescuer 2.0 plans. Now, to really bring this to life for you, hopefully the sound works for everyone, but I'd like to premiere our Counting on Drones concept video that paints the picture of the future we are striving for.
We count on our emergency services in our darkest hour. Now we want to be there for them. A network of automated drones that our heroes can count on. Air support keeps them safe. Air support keeps us safe. Air support can make all the difference. Because the people who are brave enough to keep us safe deserve our support. Counting on us. Counting on drones, counting on the emergency drone network.
Cool. Hopefully the sound worked for everyone, but if not, I think the story still makes sense without the sound.
We all heard them, I think.
It's not allowing me to go to the next slide, but there we go. Okay, so thank you for listening. And I hope you're as excited about the future of search and rescue as we are to create it. But yeah, I will now take any questions that you might have.